Okay. We're all warmed up. All right. That's actually kind of funny. Hi, John. Hi, BMC, CK. There were a couple other comments that I saw. Pucho, hello, if you're still there. And, yep, John's already said hi. So, yeah, yep, there we go. Very nice. We're gonna pop that. Pop that. And that, okay. I'm good, Moose. I hope you are. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Hey, Corey, how we doing? Yeah, just for right now, I want to remove that. Dude, if I'm asking to remove a layout, this thing just does not like me. I don't... Oh gosh. Just go away. Cool. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hi, Excalibur. They're probably celebrating it. It's being discussed right now, like what the outcome is or whatever. So I guess we'll find out. Where did my... Oh, that is not popped out. That's odd. Why is this not popped out? No. There we go. This is what happens when it updates. I don't like it when it updates. It does weird stuff when it updates. We don't like updates. I mean, we do, but we don't. So, there's that. It's so bad. Ugh. I mean, I'm gonna end up talking about it, just not right now. It's really weird. That's odd. Hey, yo. Alright. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh, goodness, guys. You know what to do on TikTok. Thank you, Moose, for the dinosaur. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Pucho. Thank you, Pucho, for the 2. Happy Friday and weekend. That would actually kind of be funny, CK, if that was the case on what happened. Hi, Kassar. Hey, soy boy. That's weird. Why are people so weird? Real talk. Real question. I see you, Kayla. I haven't reset this. This is just a typing thing. All right. Hello, hello. Okay. Oh, this is the wrong side. That's supposed to be over on this side. There we go. It's really odd to spam. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? They do so bad at trying to do that. You know what I mean? Like, they try to do it, and then it just absolutely fails. I have not yet, Benita. I have not looked at it. That's the idea, Kim. Hey, Mr. Nez. I'm good, Chase. I hope you are. They just sound like they're in another room from their phone playing a recording. And for why? Just so you can laugh at yourself? It's not unbelievable, John, because it happens every time. Oh, thank you. I forgot I've sent that one before, Nickelin. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry I've missed your stream a couple of days this week. All right, guys. So let's see. I am curious to find out, like, what's going on. Of course, I'm sure everybody's seen it, that the city of Washington is actually suing the Trump administration about him federalizing their police department. To do it. Yeah, it's been okay. Have you not been doing co-host, Nickelin? Of course they rolled out the red carpet for him. That doesn't surprise me at all. Interesting. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Get creative. Do something with your life. Hi, No Name. Yeah, so let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, so DC sues Trump administration over attempted takeover of city police. I don't know what news source that is, so it doesn't really concern me. Something like that, T7. Of course, Abbott in Texas has immediately called for a new special session after this last 2 weeks failed. U.S. plans to build a $750 million fly factory? What? To stop a flesh-eating cattle parasite. Interesting. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Man, y'all just feel so proud of yourselves or something doing that. Yeah. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. It's such an... The little reactionary thing is so interesting. Howdy, howdy. Happy Friday. It's the idea, guys. Happy Friday. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
What's up?
Hi, how old are you?
34.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still support him?
Yes.
What's your main reason for still supporting him?
Well, he does there. Well, I've been supporting him since day one, and I like that everything he promised he's doing.
Okay, like what specifically?
Well, he's closed the border
How did he do that?
by being president. I mean, it didn't take much.
Just by
It
being
didn't.
president? Man, I wish I
Yeah.
knew, guys, I wish I knew where my magic wand was because that's what this adds up to me
Well,
is
I mean, how
saying he
else?
waved a
How else
magic
would you?
wand.
How else would you describe how we have zero people coming in now under Trump, but in
We
Biden
don't
we have
have
20?
zero people coming in,
That's
sir.
not true. That's not true. That's not true. ICE itself said there were 0% people coming in.
What is actually tallied up at the border? Like, do you know? What do they keep track
All
of?
right,
Thank
are
you,
you
Lindsay.
look? Are you debating that the border is a lot better now under Trump than it was under Biden?
Oh no, see, I actually can use critical thinking and I'll pull up like the actual primary resource, right? So for example, I can pull up Customs and Border Protection's website and see that people are still being encountered at the southern border. ICE,
Encountered. I'm
can you
saying let
remind me? Can you
in.
remind me?
Let in.
Is
Let
ICE
in.
at the
You
southern border?
changed it.
Is no, I don't, because
You
no
changed
one
it
keep.
again.
Hey, buddy. I've already asked you this. You were not able to answer it. So let's try this again with me. What does Customs and Border Patrol keep track of?
Are you going to answer my question? Is the border better under Trump or was it better under Biden?
Encounters are down.
Okay, exactly. Did he say that he was going to secure the border?
Oh, that doesn't mean the border is secure, sir. That just means encounters are
You
down.
don't think it's more secure now than it was under Biden?
It just means
Are
that
you going?
encounters
I
are
mean,
down.
I think we're all logical to think that over a 300 plus mile border, you might have one or two people slip in, but I would say
Do
the
you
biggest
wait?
thing is
How
finally
how
having a
long is our border?
I don't know exactly. It's over 300. I mean, it could be
It's
500. I don't know. It's long. How about that? I don't know exactly what it is, but it's pretty freaking long.
do you or you don't measure distance very well, do you?
Please tell me the exact miles of the border like that matters.
1,943. You are way off.
Okay, it was long. Oh, it was long. You're way
Yeah.
off when you should sit here and say that the border isn't much more secure now than under Biden.
I
And
I
that's the
said
main reason Trump
encounters are
won.
down. Okay, so let's be very clear. Okay, I have it up on the on my screen. Like
You have
let's be
Google in front of
clear.
you. I don't. Good
No,
job.
it's not Google. It's literally Customs and Border
It's a
Patrol.
computer, but
It's literally Customs and Border Patrol website themselves. I understand that primary sources might be difficult for you to understand, and I'm sorry about that. But when we're looking at Customs and Border Patrol and what they actually keep track of, they keep track of encounters, apprehensions, and then deportations. Can you remind me, is it ICE or CBP at the southern border? Which one is it? Can you
well,
remind me?
ICE goes throughout the whole country.
ICE is not out the southern border. That's literally Customs
I
and Border
just said
Patrol.
ICE went through the whole country.
Yeah, so how would
ICE goes in the country and get
If
immigration.
ICE isn't at the southern border and is not responsible for manning the southern border, then how on
Correct.
earth are they reporting that there's been zero crossings if that's not their job? And it's Customs and
will-
Border Patrol's job, but they're not reporting crossings.
Okay, I will give you that. You won that. You got that. I said it wrong. It wasn't ICE. It was the other one. My bad. But you still
It's not.
are-
It's still nowhere
you're still
on
try-
Customs and Border Patrol. It says
But you're-
encounters, land border encounters, and I scroll down, and there's nothing in here that says anything about crossings. So when you're trying to make a claim saying that crossings are at zero, we have no evidence of that because nothing actually tallies up.
All right.
Crossings.
I will say.
It's
I will say
literally their
crossings
job.
is- I
It's
will say crossings is severely down from the last administration. Is that
based off
better?
of what evidence? We don't have any evidence of that.
Okay.
We don't.
Well,
we
I mean,
we
you can
know what
simply-
encounters
you can
are.
simply, I mean, I guess your lying eyes can fool you when you sit here all
When I'm
through
on
Biden's
this government's
administration.
website right
When you
now?
go when you go through Biden's administration, all through TikTok, Twitter, everything, you see hundreds of thousands of people crossing the border. But now you don't see that anymore. But I guess that's probably just a conspiracy,
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah, no. So what it is if people are crossing through the border through a non-port of entry and they're not caught, we have no way of keeping track of that, sir.
All right, let's
Is that
get
a
into
hard
why.
concept to understand?
I'll give you that. But can I give you? Let's get into why illegal immigration is bad because
Oh,
it's so
now
funny
we're
because
changing it to it's bad. So are you going to
well no
admit
because
then that you're
you're sitting
wrong?
here. I just said that you won the point. I was wrong about
Okay.
eyes. I was wrong about being 0%. It might be 5%. My bad. It's down low. We both agreed on that. It's got better.
Encounters are
Correct?
down.
It's gotten better.
Encounters are
Which is
down.
okay, which is, to me means it's gotten better.
In your opinion.
Why should illegal immigrants have rights into this country when it directly affects the poor and lower middle class
Oh,
in
they
this
don't have
country?
rights coming into this country, but they have rights once they're on United States soil
Why why would
because the United States
you're going to say the
Constitution
Constitution?
says all persons, correct, or any persons.
I
It
don't.
has very
Well, my
limited language for when it delegates it or delineates it down to citizen.
that's great, but in my opinion, no illegal immigrant should have any rights to our Constitution.
Oh, so you're aware that there's been 6 separate cases where the United States Supreme Court ruled that
That's
in
great. I can
opposite?
disagree with the Supreme Court.
No, you
You know,
can't. So then at that point, you'd
yeah, I
be,
can. Oh, do
if
you?
you disagree
So
with the
you?
United States Supreme Court, then that also means, especially considering their ruling on the constitutionality of it, that also means that you disagree inherently with the United States Constitution.
I disagree with that ruling of the Constitution, but that's so you must
On 6
disagree.
different
Then you
instances?
must then you must agree that the Supreme Court had the right and it did the right thing to get rid of Roe v. Wade.
I wouldn't say that they did the right thing. I'm saying that they interpreted
Oh,
the way
but
that they
is that
did.
against so
No,
you're
no.
against the
Did
Constitution
you
now?
not hear what I just said? They interpreted it the way that they did, and they determined that it was considered to not be a constitutional right. Fine. I'm not arguing that point. It was not a
Correct.
constitutional right based off of the idea of privacy.
But did you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree with what the states did afterwards.
That's exactly what I do. I disagree with the Supreme Court allowing
No,
these
no.
people to have rights to
Wait,
our
hold on.
Constitution.
Did you hear what I did? Did I misspeak or something? Did I say that I disagree with the state Supreme Court, or did I say I disagreed with what the states did afterwards?
What do you disagree with what the states did afterwards? I mean, I live in Ohio, which is a very conservative state now, but they voted to put the abortion in our Constitution, which is what it should be.
And,
Like
and they're
if
uphold
states
and
vote for that, then that's
they're
their right. But it should be a federal mandate.
yeah. See, I get it. You're not
Why should
comprehending.
Why should it be a
Jorge,
federal
stop
mandate?
spamming.
Well, why should it be a federal mandate if the states have the rights to be able to say yes, we want it, or no, we don't? I think that should be for a lot of our issues. It should go to the states, and if the states want it, then they should pass it. Like gun laws, I think I'm pro Second Amendment, but if a state says, hey, we want to ban guns in our state, and they voted for it, then I think they should be allowed to do that. Now that might go against the Constitution, and I guess we'll have to figure that out. But that's in a perfect world, that's how the country I would like to see the country run. I like the states to have the right to do what they want.
Cool. So when it comes to certain things like bodily autonomy, or let's say marriage equality, right? That should not vary based off of when I just cross the state line. So, for example, if that's the case, like if you agree with states mandating a woman's body, then because of the fact that 100% of all unwanted pregnancies in this country are caused as a result of men and their sperm, I believe that states should start instituting mandatory vasectomies, especially the blue states.
So women have no authority over who has sex with them.
Oh no, I don't. How did I phrase that, sir?
Well, how can the sperm get into the woman if they didn't agree, unless they got what raped, but so
Yes, exactly.
that's a
Oh,
very small
one is
percentage of
too many,
abortions.
sir. One is too many. The fact that any woman in this country suffers from an instance of sexual assault or rape is too much, right? Oh, was that a hard concept? Was that a. Yeah, he just ran. My hands were right here. Was that a hard concept? For fuck's sake. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. How old are you?
38.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did vote for Trump.
And do you still currently support him?
I do still currently support him.
What is your main reason for still supporting Trump?
I have many reasons, but the border and illegal immigration is a big reason.
Okay. What about the border?
Just the fact that it's even a priority, it's being addressed in any way at all is a positive and much better than the last administration's approach.
Oh, okay. So, like, what
Do you
exactly
disagree?
did Donald Trump do? Like,
But do you disagree that the border is more emphasized under this administration than the last?
Yes, I agree that they make boogeymen.
That's not what I asked you.
Oh, that's a good point, Bishop. I'm just seeing your comment. Thanks. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Do you agree that this administration is emphasizing addressing the border more than the last administration is?
I agree that they're making a boogeyman.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes, they're emphasizing it.
Okay, that's enough for me.
That's enough for you. Okay. What has happened in your life that was affected by immigration?
Whether or not something in my life has been affected or not affected, I could think that just addressing it in general is going to have a more positive effect on the society than otherwise. And that's my position. It's going to have a more positive effect on the society by just controlling illegal immigration and emphasizing legal immigration than otherwise. Is there something wrong with that approach?
I think it's kind of weird that our highest paid agency in the entire country right now is Department of Homeland Security with ICE and CBP. That's weird. Like,
but do you think that it's wrong to value an administration that addresses it in a more comprehensive way than otherwise? Do you think that's wrong?
You're entitled to your own opinion. In a way, yes, I would say it's wrong.
It's wrong to want to control immigration?
The best way to handle immigration, especially if we say it's an issue, is to do comprehensive immigration reform, which I have yet to see happen with this administration.
But that's your personal opinion. Do you think it's wrong?
No, that is actually the best way. We have proof of that from all the times that they've updated the laws, where we see a significant effects immediately at both borders, at the water borders, coming in over on planes. Like, we see an immediate effect once there's comprehensive immigration reform or legislation placed through Congress.
But do you think that it's wrong to value an administration that is going to address the border rather than kind of make it less of a priority? Do you think it's wrong to support an administration that makes it more of a priority and values a more strict immigration policy? Do you think that's something that's wrong to do?
Can you even tell me what Biden's immigration policy was?
Whether whether or not I know the specifics of Biden's immigration policy, the approach of the Trump administration was to value the regulation of illegal immigration more so than the last administration, and I think for a lot of people, including me, that was good enough.
What makes it someone, or like what specifically is illegal immigration? Can you define that for me?
What illegal immigration is?
Yeah.
Crossing the border and staying in the country by other means that aren't legal means.
So what are legal means then?
Whatever the legal process is for whatever country that you're trying to enter.
Okay, let me help you out with what you were trying to say.
What about that was wrong? What about that was wrong?
The way that you said it was nonsensical. So
what was nonsensical about that? What's illegal immigration? Not entering the country by legal means. What's wrong?
And then I asked you, what are the legal means that you weren't able to actually define? So here's what it is.
It depends on the country. It depends on the country, doesn't it?
Are we not in the United States of America and discussing American politics?
Whatever it is, there's legal means and there's non-legal means. So I support legal means.
So then what would be the legal means then?
Whether or not I know what the legal means are, I support doing things in the legal way and not an illegal way.
Oh, so you're not able to actually add a qualification to it. You're not able to articulate it. Got it.
Whether or not I can, it doesn't matter. I support
it does.
one over
If you're
the other.
So
no, it doesn't.
Words are important, and I think that people should stop using words that they don't understand or phrases that they don't understand. So, for example, when you say they're coming here through the non-legal means.
I'm just really stupid, that's why.
I mean, I would never say that about an individual. I don't call individuals STUPID, so I'm sorry that you feel that way about yourself.
I feel very stupid. Saying that I support legal immigration and legal means, doing things whatever the law requests for whatever country, rather than illegal means to you is somehow nonsensical.
No, it's the fact that you're not able to qualify it or articulate what you mean by that.
I don't need to. I don't need to. I support legal means. I don't need to.
You just don't need to know anything.
I don't need to elaborate on what the exact legal means are to generally support things done legally rather than illegally.
What's the root word of illegal? What is the root word of illegal? What is the root word of illegal?
Instead of tell me why I'm wrong, you just now want to go into the details of what the legal process is, show me why I don't know the legal process, and instead of tell me why I'm wrong for supporting things done in a legal mean, you want to just try to make me feel stupid and start to insult me, as you usually do. You go away from the arguments, you start attacking people personally, and you still can't tell me why it's wrong to support legal ways of immigration and entering the country rather than illegal ones. Can you tell me why I'm wrong for preferring one over the other?
Sir, I was actually going to try to explain to you the correct way that you were trying to say and not getting it correct. Well before you started insulting yourself.
You still can't tell me why? That's wrong to support.
So I get it. So legal. I can actually let you talk for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds where you just had your own pity party brought on upon yourself by yourself, right? You are literally the one that insulted yourself. But I get 10 words out, and then you interrupt me when I was literally going to go into explanation.
Who's having the pity party now?
Still you.
No, go ahead and talk.
Are you okay? Yeah. Am I allowed to? Okay.
I just asked you to talk. I'm trying to battle with your arguments. If you want to make things personal, that's something that I don't really want to participate in. I'm still asking and wondering why it's wrong for me to prefer people coming over here the legal means rather than the illegal ones. I don't understand why that's a wrong position. And why preferring a candidate based on that is the wrong thing to do. Can you tell me why?
Yeah, so let's go back to the original question that you had asked that I was trying to answer for a while now that you just continued to interrupt me about. Okay? So when you're talking about preferring someone to come over in a legal manner and then now and like saying that fine, you can have that thought process and have that theory, okay? Cool. But now when we're talking about what's an actual illegal border entry or border crossing or illegal immigrant, so that would be someone that came in through a non-port of entry into the country and so therefore wasn't seen by CBP, wasn't found within 100 miles of the border, wasn't arrested, wasn't apprehended, wasn't detained, right? And therefore an unknown person. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. Do you see how I was actually able to explain to you what the illegal process was?
What's your point? Can you still tell me why I'm wrong for having my position and preferring what I prefer?
Sure,
I don't understand what your point
can
is.
say that,
What's your
like you
point?
prefer people coming in the right way and us taking care of illegal immigration, except that's not what's
Okay.
happening today.
Okay.
So what we actually know is that Donald Trump is going through the means and the process of pulling people's status from them. So people that actually came here legally, had legal status to be within the country, and still had legal status as of January 20th, 2025, up until Donald Trump and the State Department withdrew their status and therefore terming them now to be illegal. They're picking up individuals, going to their immigration court hearings, which is a part of the legal process. So if you want to stand 10 toes down and specifically say that you support legal immigration and you support a president going after illegal immigration, then you should be against this, correct?
I should be against an administration
You should be
that's
against it. No,
prioritizing
but
the
they're
legal
not,
process.
sir. No, they're not
They are prioritizing
prioritizing the legal process.
process.
If they were prioritizing the legal process, they wouldn't be going through steps to actively make people rip status from individuals that were granted the authority to be within this country and the right to be here. They're actually stripping away people legal right to be within this country. So if you were making the claim, again, saying that you support legal immigration, you should be against the fact that Donald Trump and his administration are now ripping away legal status from individuals that had every right to be here when we're going through the legal process. Because you just said specifically that you don't support illegal immigration.
Yeah. Are you thinking that pointing out instances where you think they've done things wrong immigration-wise is an argument that they aren't prioritizing removing illegals and the legal process?
They're not prioritizing removing illegals if they are purposely going out of their way to strip legal status from individuals just to pick them up as they're leaving or going to their immigration court hearings, which again is part of the legal process.
How is stripping some individuals wrongly of their legal status have anything to do with removing people here illegally from the country? You can do both, can't you? You can do wrong things that you're trying to point out and also right things like removing a ton of illegal immigrants. How are you pointing one thing out and pretending like that somehow keeps him from doing the other? That's weird.
I don't think you understand that right now I'm testing your logic and you're being already illogically inconsistent.
What's logically inconsistent about pointing out that you're talking about instances of removing people's legal status and conflating that with somehow being unable to remove people who are here illegally?
Yeah. Which, by the way, you still couldn't even
Makes no
quantify
sense. That logically doesn't make sense.
No, you just have... Okay.
Those are two separate things. There's removing people that are here
you're
illegally.
Just not understanding.
You can do both. You can remove the most amount of illegal immigrants that has ever been removed and also be doing bad actions like you're pointing out. How can you not be doing both of those things at the same time? You could be right, and he still can be removing as many illegals as possible. you're trying to act like one keeps them from doing the other, and that's not logical.
So you think that ICE rolling up to a school with guns out to arrest a disabled 15-year-old boy who has legal status to be within this country is an okay thing?
That whether or not I think that's an okay thing doesn't negate the fact that they're emphasizing
No,
the legal
again,
and
I don't
illegal
think you're
process.
understanding.
That doesn't negate that.
I'm testing where you stand logically, and if your logic is consistent. So is
You're not
that a
testing my
good thing or
logic,
not?
You're testing my ethics.
Is that
You're
a good
testing
thing or
my
not?
ethics.
No, it's to see
You're
if you're
testing my
logically
ethics.
consistent. It's
No,
to see
you're
if you're
testing my
logically
ethics.
consistent. Okay, so let me help you out real quick. So basically,
ethics.
what you
That's not
said,
logic,
what
ma'am.
your
That's
beginning
ethics.
iteration was that you
That's
support
ethics.
an administration that is targeting illegal immigration, right? So when I'm explaining to you that they're not just targeting illegal immigrants, that they're specifically going after individuals that had legal status, stripping away legal status in order to then make them deportable or make them removable, whichever verbiage you want to use. And then I'm giving you an instance in that case where you should absolutely be against it, and you're not even to articulate to say that, yes, I would actually be against that. Instead, you're trying to just continue to pivot back to the point where it says, but he's still prioritizing illegal immigrants. So when I'm saying that you're not showing logic
that we're talking about.
consistency, right? You are showing your inconsistency, the flaws, the holes within your logic. That's what I mean. If you can't even admit that what he's doing is wrong, or say that it's against what your belief systems are, or what your original point of contention was here, your claim was, right? Then that's where I'm saying that you're logically inconsistent. And because of that there are so many holes within your logic, I don't think you're understanding it. You're just,
I understand you, and I'm trying to follow as closely as possible.
Doesn't sound like it. So can you admit that
Absolutely.
it's wrong yet? Or that it's against your original belief systems yet?
What do you think my claim is, and what do you think my claim of my belief system is? All I did was say that I prioritize.
I literally already explained to you what your claim was at least twice within that entire time when I was talking.
Whether or not I think any individual instance of his actions are good or bad, or right or wrong, whether or not I think any of the specifics of what he's doing is right or wrong, doesn't negate the fact that he's prioritizing this stuff more so than the last administration.
Thank you, Shagley, for the 10.
And that's a fact. I still haven't heard a rebuttal for why that's wrong. You're now trying to change the goalpost and get into specific instances where you say, "Oh, well, he's doing it wrong."
No, I didn't even say he was doing it wrong. Again, I was very clear on what I was very clear on what I was doing with the entire argument that I was just having with you or presenting to you, and stating that I was testing the consistency of your argument and then where you stand logically. I don't understand why you're actually
and what do you think my
position
is? I want to understand. What do you think my position is? And tell me the logical inconsistencies. What is my position?
I've explained this to you. I've already literally explained this to you more than once.
Okay, try to do it again. What is my position?
If you couldn't even get it the first time, you're not going to get it a second time.
Oh, I'm just too stupid again?
Do you just have a degradation kink at this point with insulting yourself?
Ma'am, I'm trying to get on the same page as you, and instead of telling me and clarify to me, you're just
I've literally already tried.
Inferring that I am too stupid to understand the first time, so it's not worth it to tell me the second time. That's very bad faith.
No, I actually already explained it to you.
I'm trying to get on the same page with you, ma'am.
I don't think you understand that I've actually already explained this to you more than once, more than twice actually at this point. So me explaining it to you again would actually be the fourth time.
You haven't, and we can listen back to the recording, as many people will, and you haven't told me my position properly. You're not steel-manning me, you're straw-manning me, and you haven't explained a proper logical consistency, because I haven't given a position. All that I've said is that I prefer one over the other. I prefer more emphasis on legal immigration,
BG.
And the last administration didn't give that kind of emphasis. You haven't told me why I'm wrong, or why that's logically inconsistent with the result of, I didn't even tell you my position on whether I thought that was right or wrong. So you haven't even revealed what my position is on the specifics of what you're talking about.
I actually did.
Well, so what's my position on whether or not I think that's right or wrong, and how is that inconsistent with my position, which you can easily tell me back, right?
I mean,
But you're going
I
to
already
refuse
did.
to because you're going to refuse to because you can't, but you're going to pretend like you did so many times, and I'm just too stupid to understand.
No, I just have already explained it to you.
No, you haven't. And you're not going to again because you don't even know where we've ended
Okay, let's
up.
try this again.
You don't know what
All
my
right,
position
so when you
is.
first called in
What's
and I
my
asked you why you
position?
still support Trump, your main reason was saying because he's making it a priority to focus on illegal immigration. When I actually went through the steps to try to explain to you that that's not his only priority. In fact, it's probably like his second priority, where his first priority is actually removing legal status of individuals that came here the right way, came here through the proper legal channels as everybody wanted everybody else
Wasn't
to
my
do.
position.
Right?
Illegal
Was come
immigration
here
wasn't
through
a
the
word I
proper
said.
legal channels.
Illegal
and so they did
immigration,
that.
I never
and
used
then
that
now
position.
Donald Trump and his
You're wrong
administration
already.
are revoking their legal status, and they're making
You're
it a
wrong
priority
already, ma'am.
to remove them because they can actually find the immigrants that came over here with legal status because they know who they are, they know their names. So the priority is actually on removing legal immigrants that have had their status revoked by the Donald Trump administration and his State Department, not the removal of illegal immigrants because those are
I never
unknown
claimed
variables. We
his
don't know where every
priority
single
were
one of them
illegal
are in the
immigrants.
country.
I
So when I
never
was
claimed his
testing you
priority
with
were
your
illegal immigrants,
logical,
ma'am.
with your
I never claimed
consistency
that.
within
You're
your
strawmanning
logic,
my
and you
position.
still didn't even seem to understand that.
You're
That is the
you're
point that I was
strawmanning my
trying to make. And
position.
see how I know that you're not even listening
You're
right now is because
strawmanning
you're
my
still
position.
talking over me. You see
You're
how you're
strawmanning
still
my
talking
position.
over me even now that you can't even explain it to me? Yeah, now you stop talking for a moment.
You're strawmanning my position, ma'am.
No, I
I
literally...
never claimed that illegal immigration was a priority of his.
No, you said you support a president whose priority his focus was on illegal immigration, and then I just went
That's
through
not
the
what I said,
entire.
ma'am.
Oh gosh.
That's not what I said, ma'am. And you can listen back to this.
Yeah, that's
and
totally
at no point
actually
did
what
I
you
ever
said.
say that.
Yeah, see, even
At no
like,
point did I ever
let's
say
be
that.
clear, guys. My YouTube chat,
Listen back
basically,
to the recording,
sorry,
ma'am.
TikTok, my
Listen back
chat
to the
really
recording.
hates me on the other side, and they're
Listen
even
back to the-
agreeing that
listen
that's
back to the
exactly
recording.
what you said, and that's pretty bad.
Listen
like,
back.
You,
Anybody
again,
can listen
like,
back to this.
You said that.
My position
You
was that
said
I support a
And so
president
I reiterated
who
it back to you. I'm
emphasizes
sorry that
the
it hurts
legal,
that you can't remember
the legal
what
process
you said at the beginning of this
more
20
than the
minutes
illegal
ago.
process.
I'm sorry.
Anybody can listen back. You're straw manning
Okay.
as
Well,
usual. And then
as
you're attacking
usual.
a straw man and then claiming I'm too stupid to follow the conversation.
I still never said that. Sir, I think that you should stop insulting yourself. That's literally the best thing that you can do for yourself and your mental health is to not insult yourself.
I'm expressing your subtle passive-aggressive approach that you take when you claim you can't explain it to me again. You
just
didn't even
remember
you
being
couldn't even
stoic
explain
and
it to
not
me once
showing actual
properly.
I
You
mean,
couldn't
I
even
did.
explain it to me once properly, ma'am. You strawman my position. I never said anything about illegal immigration.
You
I
did. We
said
had an
very
entire
generally-
conversation about that. That was the whole
We
beginning of
talked
this.
about illegal immigration, but claiming that my position
Oh,
was that I
gosh.
support him because of
Can you
illegal
define
immigration
what
is
straw
very
man
different,
is?
ma'am.
What is the straw man
Yeah.
argument?
Yeah, it's claiming that I'm taking a position that I'm not taking,
That's not
attacking
what
that
it is.
position instead. 100% it is. Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's claiming that I have a claim in a position that I don't have and I didn't take.
Nope.
And that's exactly what you did. Yeah,
It's not.
absolutely it is what you did.
It's not.
Then what was my position? What's a straw man according to you?
A straw man would be, let's say
Yeah,
you
yeah,
made
yeah.
a really, so, okay. An example of a straw man would be, let's say I made a very large claim, right?
Awesome.
The claim being that CBP counts, we'll just keep it on immigration.
Just tell me the definition.
Encounters?
You
I'm
can
giving
just
you an
tell me the
example because I
definition.
don't think
I don't
you
need an
would
example. What's the
understand an
definition?
example. I don't think you would
Well,
understand
I gave
the
you a
definition.
definition and I gave you the proper
you didn't
definition.
You didn't.
What
So
does your
if I give
example
you an
have to do with
example, right?
explaining to me
So
what?
CBP tallies up on their website. They keep track of
What's
on
the
their website
definition of a straw
encounters,
man?
apprehensions, and deportations. And then a straw man would
Cool.
be.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
would say like so that's what we can find on this. So a straw man in this case would be so. What you're saying is that they just tally up encounters and forget the rest that I said. You'd bring it down to a base argument, leave out the rest of the other two things that I said. That would be what it was. I actually gave you back
So
your
they
exact
falsely
argument.
claim what your position is? So
No.
they falsely claim what your position
It's
is?
not a
No,
false
it's
claim.
Not that.
It's
not
that you
that.
bring
Not a
it
false
down
claim.
to the simplest form.
So it's not what you originally
not.
say it is. It's simplified or a different version of what you actually said, right?
It's an oversimplification of a claim, which I did not
It
give
could
an
be
oversimplification.
it could be ma'am, it could be an undersimplification as well. It's just not
Hey,
what
buddy.
the original claim was.
Buddy.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
June was Men's Mental Health Month, and I do support therapy. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi. How old are you?
21.
Can you speak into your microphone?
Oh. I don't have a microphone.
Or speak into your phone?
Can you not hear me?
Barely? You know, it actually might be me. Hold on. Yeah, it's me. Sorry. I forgot that I had my gain turned down, so I couldn't hear very well. Anyways, so did you vote for Trump?
I just saw your stream, and I just got onto it. And, you know, honestly, I don't really know much about Trump, and I was just really curious to what you thought about him.
Exactly what my stream says. I don't support Trump. So did you vote for Trump?
Why not? No, I don't really care to vote. I'm not.
Okay, I understand. So I'm doing like friendly owner only calls next week or the week after. So look out for that, and it'll be a different prompt. But I won't be like, trust me, someone else will ask, and I'll get to the answer. So have a good night, man. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Weird. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear?
I can. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I actually did.
All right. Do you still support him?
Yes, I do support Trump.
Okay. If you do you mind if I just do a quick PSA for my stream?
Yes, that works.
All right, perfect. I appreciate you. Thank you. Guys over on TikTok, we should already be at and above 50,000 likes. So I know you guys aren't tapping and you're not hitting that red button up here at the top. So don't forget to hit the red button. After you hit the red button, don't forget to send your daily heart me. Also, don't forget to become a paid subscriber to the channel. It does enter you into a contest. And if you are confused or want more details about the contest, watch the first pinned video in my profile. Go back. Okay, the camera hates me some days. Anyways, 1 second TikTok. I am going to mute real quick. If you guys are new over on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button up at the top also and become a member to the channel. We're also up on Twitch, and I'm trying to keep track of that chat too. Sorry, guys. Can this go away? Literally camera. Okay. On Twitch, we do have subscriptions and the bits available and all of that good jazz. So don't forget to do all of the good things. Okay. What is the main reason that you still support Trump?
I still support Trump because he's trying to push for Jesus in public schools. Hello?
What's the first freedom that's given to us in the First Amendment?
Religion?
Yeah. So why is it a good thing to violate the Constitution for the government specifically to push religion going into public schools, sir? When that would be a
It's not
very
necessarily
clear...
violating the Constitution because our country was founded upon Christianity.
It actually would be. Do you happen to know the first 5 words of the First Amendment?
The first 5 words, Shalom, Shalubavitch, and you're a Jew, kike bitch. Nigger, 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 nigger. Fuck you, kike.
Dang, you got some anger issues. 1 second. I forgot to mention over on YouTube that we do have super chats and memberships available. If you send a super chat, it does go right up on the screen, just like Pucho's does, about the last guest prior to the one that just wanted to use slurs. And it's very odd. So don't feel shy to send one. It does help me keep doing this every day. And also, I'm going to be using it next month to upgrade my microphone. So help me out. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes. It's me, DJ. I'm 22 years old, and you guys you're talking about immigrants, right?
No,
Immigrant.
I'm
I
talking
can't
to
pronounce
Trump
it.
voters and
Immigrant.
Trump supporters. Did you vote for Trump?
Well, no, but I was planning on to, but I just came across because you talking about voting for Trump, but I came across where you guys talking about the immigration, like people coming overseas, people going on to the borders, correct? Trying to stay on topic.
I mean, the topic is dependent upon the caller. That was the other caller's opinion.
All right, I just no disrespect. It's just that in a way though, like there's been times that those people have trespassed over the boundaries and decided to sneak in drugs and meth and all that type of shit.
What
But the
we
thing is
found,
that
according to CBP and their apprehensions, is that more white Americans are the ones that are trying to. It's actually American citizens that are attempting to smuggle drugs over the southern border than anyone else.
Well, is that what you believe by the news saying, the casters say? I'm not mad or anything, so don't think I'm upset or anything.
That's
you
from.
You have your freedom. You can have your freedom of speech. I'm not mad or anything.
No,
cool.
that is from the Customs and Border Patrol website. So that's our government's website that reports that the majority of, the majority of substances that are brought in across the southern border are found on American citizens.
Well, it's not just the American citizens because gangs and other people, they can still have people going in the United States illegally without any other people knowing. Because I have heard people, I have heard stories. I mean, I'm not gonna go full details of who I heard from, but there was a story that someone had a plane and it crash landed and had some stuff on it, and the dude the reason why.
Hey, what's
up? Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
How old are you?
27.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I'm sorry, the phone cut out.
No, you're fine. Do you still support him?
So far, yes. As far as politicians go, anyhow.
Okay. What's your main reason for still supporting Trump?
A pretty uneducated and dumb one, but as far as I can tell, he's got more balls than other politicians that I've seen.
Oh, so it's just off of
as far
feelings?
As what the media has reported, anyhow.
So off vibes and feelings, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a per se sound judgment, but it's the best one that I can contend with because I don't know the guy personally. So when it comes down to it, anything the media can provide me is really just hearsay.
So
but that is my reason to answer your question.
There's not like a policy or an agenda item that you actively support?
Not in anything particular, because it's all just a money game to begin with. As long as I'm able to live my life and that people can live their lives, then that's really all there is, because anything that the sheep say will not change the cattle master.
Yes, Crow, he did. Okay. Well.
Yeah. But that's all. I wasn't calling to argue. I just wanted to answer the question.
Sounds good. You have a good night. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How can I assist you today?
By not being a robot?
I understand your concern, but I'm actually an AI designed to help.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
I'm here.
How old are you?
36.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
We do.
Okay. What is your main reason that you still support Trump?
I think economic reasons for our region. I work in mining, and we've seen a huge boom after President Trump got elected, and a lot of the investments have changed. and small towns that were really struggling are now starting to receive investment again.
Okay, so interesting. The boom was actually surging before Donald Trump came in, it looks like.
No, overregulation for coal mining and iron. There's been a lot of regulations that were imposed. A lot of that's been kind of toned back a little bit. So you got union states like West Virginia and Pennsylvania that have been voting for more conservative candidates, locally and federally. And it's kind of opening the door to blue-collar jobs, which is kind of what we need. And the unions are still standing with Trump. You're looking at progress versus going backwards, and I get that. But if there was an alternative to coal or mining or all these things, we still need these resources. And if we can get them in the United States and just do it safe and effectively,
regulation is actually for the safety of the employees in these industries.
Well, sure. But, if we can do those things locally, to say that we're just going to buy things from overseas because it makes us feel better because it's not in our backyard is hypocrisy. If you look at the way that they mine in China or Indonesia, these people, they're being taken advantage of.
So you want that to happen here then? Because again, deregulating, there was just an accident where a mine caved in not too long ago. Like
where?
Within this week. Let me see.
Where?
I'm trying to remember where it was.
Do you know mining?
Yes, my dad used to be a coal miner.
Okay, so you're very familiar with mining. So you know how it is in Mexico and all around the world?
No, just with the United States.
The United States has MSHA, and it's like the OSHA of mining, and they regulate everything. It's very tight. Anytime a miner feels unsafe or anything, they can call it in and report it, and that does not happen around the world. So it's like, oh yeah, let's get our nickel for our batteries, let's get our copper, let's get all these things. And we'll buy it from overseas. We don't even know where it's coming from. And these people are being subjugated to things that are far worse than what's happening in our own country. 1,000 times worse.
So again, like you can say it's the equivalent of OSHA when it's very funny to say that when Congress is trying to actually dismantle OSHA, and they literally have an act introduced into Congress called NOSHA because they're so uninventive. They just added an N in front of it, so it's NOSHA. Again, the regulations
that actually happened. Is that fact though? That hasn't happened yet, right?
Right, it hasn't passed. Right, but the point is that they're still actively trying to dismantle it. And as far as what other countries, other countries do with their mines, we have no way of regulating it. Do I think that we should source more materials on our own? Yes, but I think we should also prioritize safety in the process of doing that. Can you explain to me what exact regulation was done away with that was not for the employee safety that has also now therefore spurned on mining within our country? Do you have an exact regulation?
It has nothing to do with safety. It has everything to do with the EPA.
So what so let's try this again. What exact regulation was stripped or strapped, whatever word you want to use, done away with by Donald Trump? Which exact
Donald
regulation?
Trump is limiting the EPA.
Through what exact regulation that was deregulated helped promote mining?
Well, I think that comes through the stock market. It comes through investment. So if say Biden versus Trump, to say why are all these unions lining up, all these coal miners lining up with Donald Trump, as opposed to voting for Kamala? I mean, why do you think that would happen?
I'm not even here to talk about or rehash what happened during the election. Donald Trump was inaugurated on January 20th, 2025, and I'm trying to just talk about what happened since then. And also, guys, on TikTok,
the Trump administration has pursued an agenda of rolling back numerous environmental regulations.
And you can't even name one.
Clean Power Plan, vehicle emission standards.
Oh, you mean just the vehicle emission standards that, you know, like make sure that we're not continuing?
You're awesome.
I mean, they're rolling back tons of stuff, and it's pissing people off. I mean, it's obvious. He's not a big clean energy guy. I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Oh, gosh. So you're still not able to articulate it. Also, really quick on TikTok, guys, let's get up to 75,000 likes in the next 10 minutes.
Endangerment finding.
Endangerment
energy
finding?
Independence.
We were energy independent.
Emphasizing.
We were considered the most energy independent in 2023, sir.
Then what are we doing in the Middle East?
We're always going to trade gas, sir. That's not a gotcha.
No.
Yes, we literally are. We were literally rated.
Rare earth
we were
elements,
literally
all these
rated.
things?
Thank you, Mercy, for the subscription. We were literally rated the most energy independent in 2023 and in 2024.
Oh. Listen, there is a very clear divide in this country. And if you want to talk about the difference between progressives and conservatives, the biggest difference is going to be clean energy. And mining jobs in counties in West Virginia, yet they're devastated by overregulation in the EPA. And if there's something that rolls small rules back, all of a sudden these guys are getting employed again. So unless we can find jobs for these people, well, then no one's going to vote for progressives. But there's no clean energy jobs that we have for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have these rural communities who know nothing but mining where they can make good money. And, I mean, what's the alternative?
Maybe raise the minimum wage, like the federal minimum wage to start with. Put investments into any other business, because coal is a finite resource. We know that. It has an end date before we just run out, right? There's plenty of clean energy jobs that could be found. You're just not looking for it. People are just going with the easy route, unfortunately, is what I would say, right? But I do...
No, you got all these people in Kentucky, West Virginia that are out of jobs, and the government has not provided a solution to what they know to be true. Their fathers, their grandfathers, all these people have done this for years and years and years.
Yeah,
and
they're all suffering a sickness from it. Yeah, there is alternatives.
But let's buy it from somewhere else, right? Because we're still powering the country.
What energy are we buying from? What other country are we buying energy from aside from Canada, which is only like 15%, if that?
We're buying a lot from Canada.
It's actually not that small. See, the reason why I know it's not that much of an amount is because back in February when Donald Trump was trying to threaten tariffs and Canada's just like, we'll just turn off energy. Everyone's like, actually, we're not worried about it because it's such a small amount. They investigated it and did some digging, and we found that, yeah, it actually is maybe about 15% of northeastern states maybe get 15% of their energy supply in total from Canada. Maybe.
Well, it does. Long
So
story
what other
short,
energy are we getting from what country?
well, I mean, uranium. Are we sourcing all of our uranium here locally? Rare earth elements.
What are we using?
We know that comes from China.
What are we using your
Rare
uranium
earth?
for?
Nuclear power plants.
Right. For
Obviously.
what
To
rare
power
earth?
nuclear power plants.
And they're supplying energy to what?
So nuclear power plants, they use fission and they boil water that turns turbines. That's why we buy uranium. But as far as rare earth elements, they use it for magnets, defense, all sorts of things.
Oh, but you were talking about energy.
Uranium is energy.
No, but you were talking about energy before you even brought up rare earth, and you brought that up in tandem with uranium. So now are we moving to something else?
We're talking about mining. We're coal, we're rare earth, now we're uranium. I mean, it's mining. That's the general consensus here. The job.
I like how even the Republican
miners.
in the TikTok chat wants to correct you on saying that modern reactors don't boil water.
Fission, yeah. Well, okay, fine. So be it. I don't care. But they still buy uranium.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't disagree that progressives are terrible in wanting something that can get us away from coal and things that could damage the environment long term.
Yeah,
but
see,
I don't think
so
the
what my
government
dad
has
did
provided.
when my dad, oh wait, so you want deregulation, but then you also want the government to provide assistance and subsidies? That doesn't sound
Jobs
like
for people.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, how are you going to cut off an entire industry and then just tell everybody to just what? I mean, what is your expectation for all those people that are out of jobs?
You know what my dad did when the coal mines sold out back in 2016 in his state? He got another job.
A
And then
Dollar
now
General?
no. And now he makes way more money than he could have ever made in the coal mine.
That's so rich. That's so rich. That's so rich and so unfair
And so unfair.
to so many people. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I know
These
you kept bringing
communities
up.
depend on these mines.
Yeah, and my
They
dad lives in
depend
a
on the
very
mines.
small town in Pennsylvania, and also his town very much depended on the mine. But everybody actually just managed to find other jobs because what happened when when that one shut down is that a new warehouse opened up for employees to start working at, and they were doing a mass hiring. So it actually kind of worked out in tandem. Am I saying that happens every time? Absolutely not.
Mining is integral. I mean, it's a very important part of our society, and
That's
it will
fine.
remain that.
Well, listen,
as
I'm
long
very
as you vote right.
glad, sir, that you are seeing it growing in your industry, and I sincerely hope that no one finds themselves injured as a result of the deregulation under Donald Trump. Sound fair?
No, I agree with you.
Sound totally
I
fair?
respect you, 100%. Respect you. Progressives have their place.
That's all I needed to know. Sounds cool to me. I mean, sure. If that's what's working out for you, buddy, then that's exactly what's working out for you. Yeah, you can't find another job your whole life. That's kind of what he was saying to me. I agree. That was kind of an odd take there. Am I saying that it's easy to find another job? Absolutely not. It can take fucking forever. It's ridiculous. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Just saying, like, I asked him to define or give an example of a specific deregulation. He couldn't do that. He still wasn't able to do it. Like, I don't get it. And I don't, like, deregulation, like, some things can go well with deregulation, but the majority of it does not. And we have historical data to show that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So yeah,
How old are you?
I just want to talk. Yeah, so I'm 35, so I'm old enough to be on the stream.
What year were you born?
Yeah, I can't say that. I'm in the.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
How old are you?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that. So.
Okay, bye. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 37.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I do.
Okay, what's your primary reason why? That you still support him. Sorry, I gotta sometimes be super specific.
Yeah. I would say it's probably the fact that I'm more an individualist, as in preference for keeping more of the state out of my life than anything, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Trump? What policy has he done to further that?
Well, one good example is taking some of the gender ideology out of school. You know, I've got children, and I don't really want them exposed to that type of stuff being pushed on them at such a young age.
I mean, honestly, if that's something that you want and, like, you think that it shouldn't belong in any school in any state, then you should be in support of the Department of Education taking over the education system and defining the curriculum. That would actually solve the problem. But instead, Donald Trump is trying to dismantle the education system that we have at the federal level. So now states can just do whatever they want. And not only is it just regulated by the state, but it goes all the way down to the county level.
Well, that's actually not entirely accurate. I mean, if you centralize it, you're at more of a risk for these type of things becoming the standard and it being harder for it to turn around. I mean,
right, but we're under Donald Trump's administration.
That would exacerbate this type of issue.
But we're in Donald Trump's administration, so all he would have to do is just have his Department of Education work with Congress to draft a law that now gives them direct permission to handle the education requirements or levels of standards, or even make a determination of what should not be allowed in schools. And so then it would take another act of Congress in order for that to be undone, which would probably take quite a long time for it to occur. So if Donald Trump actually had Lisa McMahon work with Congress to draft something that allows them to take control of the curriculum or to determine what should not be taught at the local level, then that would actually solve your problem. So why are we defunding the Department of Education? And now, like, other blue states can now say that they want to teach about gender ideology within their school systems, all the way down to the 5th grade, like the 5-year-olds, right? The 1st grade or something. If that's something that you're really worried about, you should push for it to be on the federal level.
No, absolutely not. What you're talking about is creating a standard where it's going to be something that's rubber banding back and forth depending on the polarization of the country.
No, it would take a long time for it to be.
We want to absolutely take it out of the federal government's hands so that you don't end up having this problem spread throughout the entire country without having anything to do about it, you know? This is something that could take 10 years, a decade, 2 decades for you to correct if you go the wrong way with it. Your children don't have that
but
much
it's
time.
Donald
Something
Trump
like
in
that
the
is very
office
dangerous.
but you have Donald Trump and Republicans in office at least until January 3rd of 2027. And there's going to be absolutely no way that the Democratic Party, even if they took over the majority on January 3rd, 2027, would be able to do anything about it. And they would have to take over an entire supermajority under the next president, assuming, giving out the assumption that it would be a Democratic president, right? Not a Republican president, right? And they would have to have a supermajority in order to overturn that. You would need that 60 vote within the Senate. They're not going to get that. We haven't had a supermajority in the Congress of any one party or in Senate in any one party in a long ass time. So that's not going to happen. So it would probably take 20 or 30 years for that law to even be rolled back. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that would be your best scenario if you don't want it taught in any school whatsoever, or any school that you could potentially move to, because, hey, dude, you might get a job offer that promotes you moving to a blue state with the salary that you just can't pass up. I don't know. And then you'll find out that they're teaching that in the schools. So, again, the federalized Department of Education setting a curriculum standard saying that this 100% cannot be taught in any school, point blank, period. It's going to take 20 to 30 years to roll that back because it would be an act of Congress.
But I mean,
that's your best bet.
You still have that choice. Like, a good example is I did turn down a job. I turned down a job that would have taken place in D.C. so I could stay in Texas. And it was, what you're talking about would centralize all of education and make it to where if something were to happen that goes against my values, like what was happening under Democrats over the past, 4 years, there would be no way to get away from it. I don't think that the government is the answer. You seem to be pushing government, but the other way. I'm telling you, no, we need to get out of it completely. I'm saying,
I mean, that's
what
actually,
he's doing is
government
right. You get out of
the answer.
You completely defund the Department of Education.
That's
and
not
you
a
get
good
the
thing.
government out of it. That's an amazing thing. What are you talking about?
Tell me, can you articulate to me what the Department of Education does?
I can tell you what it doesn't do.
No,
it has
can
to
you
improve
articulate?
education.
No,
the Department of Education came in
not their job.
1971. It's been around for 40 years, 50 years almost? No, 54 years.
Mm-hmm.
And our education has gone down, 25 spots?
It's actually gone up.
Well, it went down 25 spots before it started to come up again.
It's actually gone up.
And the thing is in that same time period, how many states have gone from being more federally funded as opposed to having vouchers or having a school choice? That's gone up in the same period that our education standards have gone up.
School choice is already a thing, state by state.
Yeah, and that's gone up.
No, that's been a thing since I was in school.
Yeah, and it was at its lowest when our education was at our lowest.
And when was our education at our lowest?
Probably 2000.
2000? Interesting.
You're going to want to fact check me on that.
Do I want to? No.
Okay.
So here's how I know. Are you basing it based off of international rankings when you're talking about 1971 and our?
Here's my point. We're getting into the weeds here a little bit.
Oh,
so,
okay. You can't answer. Okay.
Why I like Trump? I told you it's because I am an individualist, and so what I want government to be less involved in my decision making than anything. And so, getting out of education, being a father, is funding the Department of Education is my biggest reason for supporting him. I would like to see him go
So
further.
again, what does the Department of Education do? Are you able to articulate what the Department of Education does?
Don't they set the education standards for the states
thank
on
you
a national
for
level?
renewing your subscription for a longer term. Repeat that. What was your question?
Education standards for the entire country?
No. The only thing that they've ever made a standard for the entire country was the standardized testing, which just tests your knowledge. It doesn't actually do anything. No school had to teach towards that standardized testing. They weren't required to, right? The Department of Education has never been over curriculum. That has always been at the state and local level as far as curriculum, and then what's taught in those schools always has been the state and local level. What the Department of Education was responsible for doing was for being funded and then sending out money to the individual schools to make sure that public education could continue to run and operate. Thank you, Jody, for resubscribing on TikTok. And that was also very much helping our low in income locations or places, rural communities throughout this country are being assisted by the Department of Education because they just don't have the property value in order to keep their public school system funded. It keeps the buses running in that area. If we stop funding the Department of Education, we stop funding the rural communities, right? And we're relying on school voucher programs, then what we're going to see is that people are going to be lacking in education because individuals, like in rural communities, the closest private school might not be for an hour or two away from them because they are living in a rural community and their public school system just shut down because of lack of funding, and property taxes in the area were not enough to keep it open, keeps teachers' salary going, and keep technology operating within the school. So if we continue to defund the Department of Education, you're going to see children in our country go without education, and it's going to disproportionately affect our low middle class individuals, especially in rural communities. Is that what you want to see?
How do the schools get paid? Like how is the money divvied up? How do they decide how they get money?
Based off of need and where they're at. So, like, again, it goes the same way with our publicly funded hospitals. Rural hospitals are prioritized for their funding because of how far away they are, and we need to bridge the gap, right? So it works the same way for the school system. So the rural ones have to receive the most funding because, again, the property taxes, which is the main way that your school, not your school, but your state funds the education, the schools in the public schools in the state, is through the property taxes that you pay annually. And the property values aren't high enough in rural communities to keep the schools open in that area.
But do you see where your whole entire system is based off of the government deciding how the schools are funded? What is it? I think it was $60 billion. Can you check what was the Department of Education funding for last year?
I don't know if they have the 2024 numbers out or available easily.
What about the previous year?
It wants to tell me. Oh, that's the Department of Energy. Oh, I guess I have to type out Department of Education.
Fair enough.
It was $90 billion.
That's a lot.
It's a very small percentage of our total budget. So let me see. What?
I mean, to me, that's fine. If on a macro level, from today to when we implement it, our ranking is no different, I think that's $90 billion well saved. It also takes more centralization of our education away from the government. So I'm definitely all on board for however.
So again, you're okay with disproportionately affecting rural communities and low to middle income households, and seeing that those students don't get an education.
No. I think they'll get an education.
How? If there are no buses running in their area to get them to the next private school, which again can be up to 2 hours away from them, right? Because rural communities means that they're not close to a big city, all right? They're outside of big cities, okay?
Yeah.
So if there are no bus systems running to pick them up, and the parents still have to work a regular job, you're asking a parent to make at minimum a 2-hour commute, right? One way there and back to drop off their kids, one way there and back to pick up their kids, and then still somehow manage to make it to work.
I'm not asking them to do any of that. I'm asking them to explore their means in order to get their education taken care of.
I'm sorry, you're gross.
Well, no.
I'm sorry, that's gross. I'm so sorry that I want every American citizen to have the same rights of an education within our country. And that is the primary thing that the Department of Education does, is promotes people obtaining the basics of education required to get out and have a basic job. You don't need anything that's extravagant. Not everybody needs to go to college. People can go, thank you, Moose. People can go to a trade school and work in trades because there is money to be made in trades. Right, there is money to be made in the vocational jobs. All right? There is plenty of money to be made there. But you have to be able to get the education to make it there. We already find that we have an average of a 6th grade reading level within this country. Do you want us to do better on an international rating? If that's what you want, then we actually would have to promote the education curriculum to be standardized at the federal level. Why? Because if it was standardized at the federal level, then everyone is meeting the same basics requirements of education in order to compete with with the other countries in the world. That would put us on the same level. I guess it just blows my mind that somebody can't understand that you would actually need it to be in the reverse. You want to see our education standards go up? Then fund the Department of Education more. Put more funding into schools. There is nowhere in this country where a teacher who makes about $34,000 a year in most places, $34,000 a year, should be required to come out of pocket in order to buy school supplies for their classroom or for their students. If we standardize the education curriculum, right? And we modeled it after our top 2 states or our top 3 states, which I believe are Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New Jersey, then you would see our education ratings increase on the international scale. Because if you just look at Massachusetts, which again is the #1 education department in the country, Massachusetts is in the top 20 compared to all of the other countries. In the top 20, and you guys are complaining us about our median level being 27, right? Guess what, CJ? In states like Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New Jersey, parents don't buy supplies, sir. Teachers don't have to come out of pocket. It's all provided by their school system. Why should teachers be required to buy the supplies? Again, that's disproportionately affecting lower to middle class income students. Stop and said, yeah, I've trade all year getting into trade work. You've trained. No job available in a 300-mile radius. I believe you. There are some places where jobs are not available. I said that earlier in the stream. There are places where some jobs are just not available, unfortunately. I'm not sure what your trade is in Stoppin'. And hopefully you can find somewhere that might pay you a bonus to move. I don't want to assume what your trade is, because there are a lot of different things that fall under trade. I'm trying to look to see if you comment. Tool and die and find a job within 10 miles. Okay. So Dakota, apparently you haven't you're not taking into consideration for red states. If you actually look at red states, it's much less. North Carolina specifically, their average salary is $34,000. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Or at least
Hey, I'm here.
That was the case in 2021. Did you vote for Trump?
Of course I voted for Trump. Did you?
No. Do you still support him?
Oh, you didn't? Wait, hold on. You didn't vote for Trump. Who'd you vote for?
Do you still support Trump?
Well, I thought this was a conversation, but yes.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, nigga? How you doing?
So, I don't know if people understand, but the prompt says, I don't support Trump. Why do you? I'm not required to answer your question. This is, I ask you questions mostly, and then I respond. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
I am 30 years old.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Do you still support him?
I do.
All right, what's your main reason for still supporting Trump?
Very bold. The main reason I support Trump is because as a nationalist, I believe we should support any president of the United States. Do you believe that being a nationalist is wrong or incorrect? Because I do not believe it is.
I believe it's odd.
Odd. Okay. I mean, I can see it from that point of view from those who do not support it, but any specifics on why?
Why? Because it's one of the main tenets of fascism.
Fascism. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you also have communism, and I believe that is wrong. Do you believe that communism is wrong?
I believe that it's a socioeconomic concept that'll never be applied correctly in today's society anywhere in the world. So it's failed.
I agree.
Are you able to even define communism?
I can't give you a textbook definition. No, I cannot.
You can give a basic definition is fine.
I can give you a personal definition based off what I've researched.
Okay, we'll try it.
I define communism as a economic system that allows for the population to divulge its financial and personal interests to contribute to the government's interests. That's how I would explain it best. Probably not the best, but
it's a decent attempt, but it's also incorrect. So the basic explanation that we can say that communism is that it's a stateless, moneyless, classless society, which is why it's never been applied correctly anywhere at any point of time in the world, and it never will be. So the very fact that within your definition that there's a government, it's automatically incorrect.
Okay, fair enough. You also, in the beginning, mentioned how being a nationalist is a facet of being in the realm of fascism, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is fascism. Can you elaborate on that?
No, I said that it is a tenet of fascism.
It is a tenet of fascism, but alone nationalism is not fascism. Would you agree?
No.
You would not agree.
No, I was agreeing with you before you asked the question. Sorry, I said no while you were asking the question.
No. Sorry about that. No, absolutely. And then another reason why I would say I do support Trump, like I said earlier, as a nationalist, I believe that we should support any president. Also, as a veteran, I am a Purple Heart combat veteran.
Oh, thank you for your service.
No, my pleasure, and I don't mean that just to try and boast or anything, but I believe that supporting any president is in the interest of our national security, regardless of the actions of our president.
I would inherently disagree. If you were still active duty, I would probably agree with you more on that one. That for you it is, as long as it was not an illegal order, right? So like the president of the United States can't order you to end your life, right? So that would be an illegal or an unethical order. But when it comes to what the foundation of our country and what we're built on, the most American thing, in my opinion, that someone can do is to be critical of our government, because that is exactly what we were built upon. That is our foundation of America. When we signed the Declaration in 1776, considering ourselves sovereign away from Great Britain, right? Because we disagreed with the way that they did everything. We disagreed with them having one common religion. We disagreed with them owning, like, ruling us from a faraway nation, right? And imposing their values. We're not supposed to have a king in this country. Okay. Which is why I say nationalism and saying that that's why you feel like you have to support the president. I disagree. I would say the best thing that we can do is to be critical. Doesn't mean you have to speak out against him, but to look into what's happening and then question it in any way, shape, or form would be the best way.
Absolutely, and I think you can be critical and question what the government and what the role of the president is doing while still supporting them. And then you also say support, like when we look at the, just a random Google definition of support, we talk about bearing the weight either financially or emotionally. I don't believe that supporting a president is either of those. I just think his policies are in the best interest of our national security, and that's why I support him.
This is your first time on the channel, right?
It is.
Okay. So the reason why I like that you brought up the definition of support. So the reason why I actually like the definition that you gave, especially when you're saying emotionally support him, the number of conversations that I have where people literally pretzel themselves within the argument in order to reason into why they still actively support him, regardless of the negative impact that we are seeing as a result of these policies. That's an emotional support.
Okay.
They literally have to
I would also like to say, so like if we were to backtrack, a couple of years, if we were to go back to the Biden administration, we were having the same conversation. Like, if you supported the Biden administration, why would I would still say that I would support the Biden administration, even though I don't agree with the policies, because there are policies of the Trump administration that I don't agree with. For one, I would say that I don't agree with cutting spending and funding of jobs for the Veterans Administration, for the VA. I think that that's something that's critical, especially for veterans. But with that, there's no administration that is perfect, so we kind of have to pick and choose who we support. And I think with Donald Trump, he is definitely one of the better candidates that we've had, or I should say one of the better presidents that we've had in recent years, as far as providing for our best interests for national security. Yeah, that's my opinion as right now.
I mean, I would still disagree with that. We haven't really seen that the national security is getting better, especially if we are now federalizing police departments in individual states, or calling in the National Guard into a state that really wasn't actually seeing that much trouble, I guess you could say. I would say that's the direct opposite of that.
Okay, no, fair enough. But you say that you haven't seen really any change in our national security, in the defense of our national security. I would like to say that since Trump has placed his positions on the southern border, that we have seen a major decrease in the amount of illegal aliens that are coming across the southern border.
We haven't.
So in my opinion, I would see. What do you mean we haven't? We have, though.
No, we haven't. We've only seen a decrease in legal immigration. So here's why. Because illegal immigration is actually impossible to quantify, we're not able to count illegal immigration, because they're unknown. We don't know who's coming in. If somebody is caught by CBP, then they are a known attempt, right? It's a known attempt, and it's tallied up, kept track of under encounters on CBP's website, right? So again, illegal immigration is an unknown factor. It's an unknown variable. We're not able to keep track of it. So therefore, we have no way of quantifying or even finding out for sure if it is in fact down or if it is up, because unfortunately, our southern border spans 1,943 miles. We have less than 600 miles
Yeah.
of border wall. And while we have human people, right, we have people boots on the ground actually at the southern border, they can't cover the entire expanse because some parts of the southern border fall onto private property and they are not able to go there. And because no actual department keeps a record of crossings into the country, because again, illegal immigration is impossible to count. CBP.
So you would say at this point there's no quantifiable data on illegal immigration being decreased at this point.
Correct. Nothing that would be verifiable.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. That's all the
Yeah, no
information
problem.
I needed today. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good one, man.
Bye.
High money to run bookings. That's an interesting comment, Em. I'm not sure about that one. Let's see if this isn't.
What's up, nigga?
I knew that was gonna happen. They got nothing better to do with their lives. Okay, so here's like how I'll explain it again. At the southern border, right, or at any of the borders, Customs and Border Protection only keeps track of encounters, apprehensions, and deportations. Encounters would actually be some mix of legal and illegal entries attempted. Okay? And knowing that, right, if they're encountered, that means they're known. Illegal immigration would have to be unknown variable, right? Because that means that they cross without anyone knowing. Also, TikTok, let's get up to 150,000 likes in the next 9 minutes. I appreciate you. And so that's why I say it's an unquantifiable number. We actually don't know how many illegal immigrants came into the country in any administration. The best that DHS has ever done in estimating it is through the Census Bureau data, through Pew Research, through other means, right? Because it's all reported through DHS on what they find, okay? And so they look at that, and then that's kind of what they use to evaluate and try to make their best estimation on who's come into the country through a non-port of entry. But again, there's no way to keep track, because if they came in illegally, then it is in fact an unknown number. We don't know them. We didn't see them. That's how it'd have to be. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, I'm here. You hung up on me before.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right?
I can.
Okay. So what's your question?
Why do you still support Trump?
Well, because Donald Trump is the greatest president that we've had in the past 100 years.
Historians disagree with you.
So historians are the objective truth on the matter?
No.
So
But
why'd
they
you bring that one up?
They would be subject matter experts.
So, okay, so you're appealing to authority for an opinion?
No.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
No.
Okay, so why do you keep bringing up these weird things about experts?
This is the first time I've brought it up. That's an interesting claim. Why do you keep bringing
Well, you brought it up twice.
When did I bring it up
You
twice?
first said historians would disagree.
Right.
And then I said why, and then you said because they're subject matter experts.
No, I said they
and
would
their
be
opinion
considered
matters.
subject matter experts.
I understand that. So what does that matter in someone's opinion? I don't get it.
Why? Because 147 other individuals disagree with you. People that
Oh, so now
study
you're appealing to
history-
majority. 2 fallacies in what, 30 seconds?
Okay. Yeah? Is this what you got?
You understand that's what you just did? Do you not get that or no?
Is it an appeal to authority or an appeal to a majority if it's actually factually provable that they're the ones that issued their opinions? All I
If
did
it's
was actually
provable that
bring.
they have
All I did
opinions,
was
are you
actually
joking right
bring
now?
a separate opinion that automatically
is this
just
some
disagreed
weird
with
joke?
yours. I'm not trying to use it to prove a point in any way, shape, or form. If I was actually trying to use it to prove a point, then
You
you could
are,
say I
be-
was making an appeal to authority. But I'm not. I was
You
actually
literally
just
used
countering
that
your
as
own
your
opinion,
argument
saying that
against what I
Donald Trump
said.
is the greatest president that we've ever had in all of history or last 100 years.
Yeah, and
whichever
that's
way that you
clearly an
phrased it.
opinion. You understand that
That
statement's
would
an
be
opinion?
it is, right? I am not. Yeah, like an appeal to authority, exactly, thank you, would be me making an appeal to authority who aren't experts and then using that
No,
as
that's
trying
not
to
what
say
that
that
means,
therefore they are
literally
right.
at
So you're
all.
also trying
An
to claim that
authority
the
who's not
fallacy
experts, the
itself, you're
experts are
using
the
it in the
authority. Are you
incorrect
joking?
manner. But I'm just trying to explain to you, and I'm just presenting you an opinion that's opposite of yours, and that's all I was doing. I'm not saying that therefore it must be fact, because you already asked, does that make an objective fact? And I said no, right? Because again, I'm not
But your
saying
argument
that it's a
against
fact.
it
I'm
is
just
bringing
saying
up other
that
people's
with your
opinions?
opinion being that,
So
I'm
what's
going
your
to
argument
side
against what I
personally
said?
with
How
the
about you speak
historians
for
with
yourself?
saying that Donald Trump is about the third worst president that we've seen. 147 historians determine that, and again, they are
Wow.
experts in their
Appeal to
field.
majority,
That's why they're
appeal to
considered historians.
authority.
That's why they were considered that way. It's not an appeal to an authority.
Fallacy
You're using
after
the fallacy
fallacy.
incorrectly, and I get that. It's
Can you-
okay.
can you
but
actually
again, I'm
just
not
give your own
personally
opinion?
making the claim.
Yeah, you're
I'm not
personally
personally
making
the
fallacies,
claim that
logical
they're
fallacies.
correct. I'm just literally presenting you an opinion that's opposite of yours. That's all.
An opinion that, yeah, your answer to what I said was, oh, the majority don't agree with you. Oh, the experts don't agree with you. It's called an opinion, right? And you're just like defending
No, experts actually wouldn't
your
be considered
argument
an opinion.
by pivoting
It's
and
really
saying, oh,
bad that I
experts are on your side.
No, I'm not arguing that. Did I say
You-
that it was my personal
You literally
opinion?
just
I
did
didn't.
like 2 times in like
Where?
30 seconds.
Where did I?
You gave
did I actually?
two logical fallacies in
Oh,
30
goodness.
seconds.
Okay, let's try this slowly here.
Go ahead.
Let's try this very slowly. Where, at any point in time, did I say that it was my personal opinion that Donald Trump is not the best president in the last 100 years?
When you tried to give like a response to what I said,
And what exactly
assume
did
you
I
disagree.
say? What exactly did I
you
say?
disagree with what I said.
What
no?
exactly did I say?
Well, I said Donald Trump is the greatest president we've had in the past 100 years, which is clearly an opinion, right? You know, I'm not making an objective statement. You know that, right? And then your answer to that, because I assume you disagree with that, was saying, oh, really, experts and authorities disagree with you.
Did I say
Okay.
authorities?
I'm talking to, well, yes, you called them subject matter experts. That's correct.
Yeah, because
They're an authority on the topic.
I used a different verb. Got it. Got it. Did at any point did I say that that was my exact opinion?
Yeah, well, this is a conversation, right? So aren't you supposed to give your opinion, or
Did I say at any point that that was my exact opinion?
Well, so it's not your opinion, or so it is.
Did
your
I
opinion,
say? Did I say at any point that that was my exact opinion?
Did you say that? What?
Did I
that
say at
he's
any
not
point
the
that that
best-
was my
I
exact
think
opinion?
it's pretty obvious you disagree with that.
Did I
think
say at any
everyone here
point
knows
that that was my exact opinion?
Yes, you did.
When did I say that, and quote me verbatim?
Your Trump derangement syndrome said it.
Ah, so I didn't say at any point that that was my exact opinion. Got it.
Okay, so it's not your opinion then. He is the greatest president in the past 100 years.
Historians would still disagree with you, sir.
But you have a different opinion. You disagree with the authorities, right?
No, I'm just saying that again. Historians would still
What do you mean? No,
disagree
you're
with
just
you.
saying. You said you disagree with them. You conceded
Do I
that.
am,
So
am
he
I
is the
required
best
to have an
president in the past
opinion on
100 years.
every single thing?
Did I say you're required? But you agreed with me that you do
Well, no,
disagree
you're
with them.
trying to make me give you an opinion that I'm not required to have. So am I
You already
required
gave-
to
you already
have an
conceded
opinion
that
on
you
any
disagree
single
with
thing?
what they say. You already conceded that. So
When
you
did I
do
say that?
think
And
he's the
exactly what
greatest-
did I say? Say it verbatim.
Yeah, we just talked about it. You said you don't agree with what they said.
When did I say that? Say it verbatim.
You said that about 10 seconds ago. Do you not
When did I
remember?
say that? No, I
I just
completely
gave you an
remember
answer to when you
saying
said that.
I
Now it's
completely
probably 15
completely
seconds
remember
ago.
saying I didn't say that I agreed with him, which is not saying that I agree with him or disagree with him at any point in time. That's just me saying that I never said and made a clarifying question.
Yes.
I had actually just asked you a clarifying question, right? Did I say that I agreed with him? And then you you refused to answer. When did I say that I agreed with him and say it verbatim? What words did I use exactly?
No, you said you disagreed with them because I asked you if you did, and you said yes.
Oh, okay.
And this was maybe about a minute ago.
Got you. So now you're gaslighting me into trying to tell me that I said something when I know I didn't?
Let's start over.
So now you're just putting words in my mouth.
So let's start over. So do you agree with what they said, or you don't agree with?
I don't have an opinion. I was giving you theirs.
Okay, so you have no opinion. So what is this conversation about?
So that's exactly why I asked you, am I required to have an opinion on everything? Because it seems like you're trying to put me into a corner where I have to have an exact opinion about yours.
Okay,
so again, do I have to have an opinion that matches? Do I have to have an opinion on what you said?
I mean, I guess you do if we're going to have a discussion. So do you,
no, I'm not required to have an opinion about this. Why am I required to have an opinion about this?
Do you want to discuss another topic? Do you want to talk about sports or something? I mean, you don't have an opinion on the Trump presidency. What are you talking about then? What do you want to talk about? Sports? Music? What are you into?
Not you.
No.
Why would I talk to you? Like, why would you ask me what I'm into? That's odd. That was weird. That was really weird. What are you into? Ugh. No. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am.
How old are you?
40.
Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
Okay. Do you still support him?
I do.
Awesome. Alright, give me a second. I gotta turn this back up. What's your main reason for still supporting Trump?
Because I believe that my interests and the interests of my family are reflected in the policy changes that he institutes.
Like what?
I mean, I guess we could go down the list if you'd like.
Just start at one, I guess.
Okay. How about school choice, the disbanding of the federalized education council, you can call them that.
So
the step back away from the climate change agenda, stronger economy, stronger military for defense purposes, investment into technology, furtherance of technology.
Did I ask you to give me
return to the
more, or did I ask
household?
you to just give me one?
I don't know. I said I could go down the list if you'd like.
Yeah, and I asked you to start with one, as in like just give one reason.
I'm sorry. Was it too many that I gave?
Do I look like I have a notebook in front of me?
You have a computer in front of you. So.
Right, and people do get annoyed with hearing me type the whole time. So you wanted me to be typing up a note?
You do. The sound of your voice is quite annoying, ma'am.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, the up talk, really.
Oh yeah.
Rates on the nerves.
Gotcha. Hey, really quickly, guys, over on TikTok, someone's like really upset that apparently I was on last night when I wasn't, and they're upset about me having this donut gift goal. Do you guys want to go ahead and just like clear out the donut gift goal, just to make that commenter upset?
Wow. Eddie too.
I mean,
nice.
Bringing up the sound of my voice, you don't think that would not be considered petty? When I haven't done anything to insult you.
We were talking about annoying.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching your stream for the last 30 minutes. And
oh, if my voice is so annoying, then why are you here? That's really odd.
Because I got tired of typing.
Oh, okay. So you came in here To what, then actually just insult me? Like, because, I mean, again, I
No,
hadn't
I
started
came to
there
answer
yet.
your question. Your question was,
Gotcha.
do I still
So then
support
why did
Trump
you resort
and
to
why?
insults?
So I answered that question.
So why
quite
did you
eloquently, I
resort
might
to
add.
insults?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's just my nature.
It's just your nature?
Mm.
Hmm. That makes sense why you want to defund the Department of Education.
Well, the reason why I would like to defund the Department of Education is ultimately because I believe the federal government has overreach in areas they shouldn't. And that's one of them.
Overreach? Oh, okay. So you're okay with rural and low to middle income families and their children not being able to receive an education in this country because schools are going to close as a result of the pullback of federal funds?
No, that's not what that means at all, actually. What it means is I'm in favor of the return of said powers to the local.
Correct. And so in rural and so local, like small rural local communities, their property values aren't high enough to continue to keep their public school system open and running. So what we're going to see if the Department of Education is actually defunded and therefore local rural schools and local communities are also they're defunded as a result of that, is that students are going to be unable to receive a fair education.
I feel like that's inaccurate as well. See, I went to school, or my children actually went to school in a metropolitan area where the property values were plenty high enough and the school had plenty of money.
Yeah, you said metropolitan area. That's the key. Which word did I use?
Can I finish?
Which word did I use? Which word did I use?
The school had plenty of money.
Are you able to which word did I use? Which word did I use?
And yet the curriculum still
suffered.
Okay.
Got you. So I didn't say metropolitan.
And doing homeschool so that they could receive a quality education.
Okay, so you expect...
And when we returned to the rural community, the school quality was actually much higher. So we put them back into public school.
And again, that's because it's a smaller community, right, that heavily relies on the funding from the Department of Education.
No,
because the proper...
It relies on
I'm
the
not your
local people
sweetheart.
in the area to supply
Why
them
would
with
you
money.
call me your sweetheart
That's
if you can't stand the sound of my
that's how
voice?
we
It's actually
address
really
young ladies
weird.
In the South. It's kind of just a common name. So it doesn't imply anything
If that
about
was
you
the
in
case, then you
particular,
would have
other than the fact
actually
that you're
started
female.
off with calling me sweetheart and not do it in the middle of the conversation after you've already resorted to a singular insult.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, I'm familiar with that one too, sir. I actually live in the South.
Are you? Good.
Yeah, and I
No,
do
you
hope
don't.
that
Come
you
on
do
now.
eventually have the day you
Come
deserve.
on
I don't know
now.
what that is,
No
but
one with a voice like yours lives in the South unless they migrated from California.
I've never lived in California ever.
Are you sure? Sure? Sound like it. Long pause.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you're good.
Oh, so now you want to allow me to speak, but when I was making a point, you were just continually trying to talk over me.
No, actually, I was just going, oh,
No, you weren't. You were just continually trying to talk over me. It's great.
No, I was going, oh,
Oh, you are now, or you were then?
I was throughout that
Either
too.
way, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is,
Yeah,
when we moved back
you're
to
right.
the rural area,
You don't matter.
the
That's
schools
also
were so
true.
much better.
I do like how somebody considers
we go
himself to
talking over
just
me
be
again.
way more important than anybody else. I just want to point out that somebody who comes up and says that, oh, I found your voice to be annoying, it's very annoying, after I had been actually nothing but nice, maybe a little bit passive aggressive, because that's just my nature when dealing with individuals such as this one in particular, who's already shown, oh, he hung up, but he's already shown, oh, he hung up. So, like, I'm literally just talking. And just, you showed your misogyny pretty early on. Paige, if you have a problem with how I talk to people, come on up. I'm just being very clear. Like, yes, I live in the South. Actually, the Southern accent comes out pretty often. It doesn't take much for the Southern accent to come out. I literally spent the majority of my childhood in Texas. Shouldn't be that hard of a concept. But the point is, again, I'm going to be very clear here. Most rural communities cannot support their local schools in a rural community. Most of them cannot. Similarly enough that we can't continue. See, look, somebody agrees. Like, I'm not actually being rude to most people. I'm only rude when somebody else does it to me first. A school closed in your, yeah. So here's what we're already seeing, right? Is that as a result of the big beautiful bill, we've had at least 5 rural hospitals already announced that they were going to close because they're unable to continue to fund with the cuts that they're seeing to the medical funding that would actually go out to them in their rural and local areas. So now we're going to see that if an ambulance is even able to respond to an emergency, it's going to take about an hour or more, 45 minutes to an hour drive to get to the nearest hospital. Throughout that whole time, somebody could be coding, somebody could be bleeding out in the back of the ambulance. We don't know what's going to be happening. So what we're actually going to see, again, like I said, is that more people are going to die across this country, right? More people are going to suffer injuries that they may not be able to come back from. They might even suffer sepsis as a result of it.
Hello?
How old are you?
33.
Okay. And what do you want?
I just had, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I just had a few comments.
And what do you want?
I'm sorry?
I said, what do you want?
What do I want? Well, like I said, to make a few comments. And I'll try to be respectable in doing so. I notice you...
Okay, I'm good. I'm not here for the tone police. If that's what you want to do. Like, I'm not here for the tone police. I'm not. I don't have to. If you have to start with, like, I'm not going to try to be disrespectful, then you're going to go down a disrespectful route. That's how you started it. It's okay. It actually doesn't offend me. Do you see how you're getting so offended in the comments, though? No, see, you can say that it's crickets, but I purposely haven't turned back on my call system. Purposely haven't turned back on my call system. I am purposely not taking callers right now. It's not that you're hearing crickets. I just purposely wasn't taking callers. TikTok? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, everybody over on YouTube and Twitch. I know I've missed some comments, so I do... So sorry about that. Yeah, Aslan was correct. Yeah, common Southern speak, LMA. Again, if you were actually Southern and you were going to use that, it would be... You would have said it from the start. Okay. 30 minutes. Yeah, see, Pink Punk was also correct. It's very interesting. Anyways, so over on YouTube, over on Twitch, I am going to go ahead and shut it down for the night, and I'll be back on live tomorrow. I don't know what time. Make sure you're in the Discord so you actually get a notification for when I'm going to be on live, and I'll try to let you guys know ahead of time. They never know what time it is, but I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys. Again, this is my normal time. I stop after about 2 hours, so y'all have a great night.